Now here's a heck of a new product. Man, I'm sure you wish you invented this the way he did. But it's amazing what's important about this, how he had this great product, I'll explain it in a minute, but also instead of going to fat cats or looking for investors and things like that, he went to the internet and raised $50,000 just on a sample product to take it to the next step. And he found hundreds and hundreds of customers already by doing that. See how these people who even are smart enough to invent these new technology products, man, they're not going to Wall Street or venture capitalists or anything like that. They're going right on the internet asking for folks like you and I to help them out. So when you have an idea, this is the way to do it. You know, and whether it's as hip as this thing is or it's just starting your own dry cleaner business, that's why the internet can work like this. Now his idea was really for a light bulb that never goes out, even though your power company does. I don't know where you live, man, but man, 3-4 times a year, our electricity just goes. I mean, I feel like I'm in a third world country. So we fumble around in the dark looking for my, flashlight or candles, or I have to move out of the house for a while because there's no light or something. Well, he has light bulbs that he invented that never go out. Never go out. You just put them in and the power goes. That has internal batteries that keep recharging forever, and you use it for 20 years, and so you wake up and everything else is dark in the house and you flick on the switch and your lights go on. I mean, just think of the seniors, the elderly persons that that fumbling around. That's where most of their accidents come, is falling in the dark and falling in their house, and they're brittle and bones break, and that's on the road to downhill. So every senior, I think, should have a couple of these in the major areas of your house. And right now, really, if you order them on the web before he's in production, they're a bargain. That's what's neat about helping inventors or people with ideas, and you could be one of these people too. See, and that's why when you see this video and watch him explain, you keep thinking about, hey, how can I do something with similar idea I have? Like I have a new idea for a baseball, whatever you have. What you do is you make a prototype, somehow you get that done, or just describe it with a little video and show it and start raising money. I mean, he got $50,000 just in a few weeks, and when I'm doing this, he's not finished yet. So it's really fun, and that's why it's the fat cats, the gatekeepers that had all the money in this country, that 1% who think they're going to rule everything. Well, that with the internet, man, their game's over. Because you could go and get 500 people on the internet to kick in a few bucks a piece, and now you have enough to start. And that's why it's easier. You don't have to ask relatives or friends or things like that, or just doing it because they love you or whatever. You got real people, real consumers. Hey, this is a great idea. I'll help you promote this thing, and I'll help you, make this happen. That's what's neat. I mean, there are people out there, you don't need, millions of people, to make your idea happen. You just need 100, a couple dozen maybe, or whatever it is. And they don't have to be relatives, they can be out there in the internet. And that's why you can't get these things, and you can use these tools. You have to start learning how to use these tools, because that's where the action is. And it's now democratized. It's for everybody. You just have to have a PC and take a little time to learn how to use that website. If you don't know how to do it, then call them up. They have people, a lot of these websites, just walk you through it all, because they want to teach you, because nobody really knows about this stuff. I mean, there's certain elites, and the techies have found this out or whatever, but now the rest of the community has to know about that. And that's what I'm trying to do, is teach everybody else how to use this. So watch this video and get inspired how you can make a contribution too, no matter what it is. Well, okay, Schumann, you have a wonderful product. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It looks like it's going to be a savior for every family in the country and probably the world, I guess. And you invented this light that when the electricity goes out, it stays on, and you can still turn it on and off by the light switch. Man, it's all magic to me. I don't know how you did it, but it's really a savior.
That's what we say sometimes. It seems like magic, but actually it's all technology.
Same thing. But it's really a delightful product, very useful, a consumer product that everyone's going to need. I mean, I know now, I live in Washington, D.C., and we lose power like 3-4 times a year now. and for a few hours or whatever it is, fumbling around in the dark, my flashlights, the batteries don't work anymore when I need it, and this is a savior. What made you do this?
It's a similar situation like you just described, the power outage. And I was also during a power outage in a meeting, and now what do we do? You know, it's dark in the conference room, and suddenly the idea came to mind. What if the light bulb still works during this power outage and you can control it from the same switch? So that was the genesis.
Yeah.
But Matthew, in our company and in my history for last 10 years, the product we create or we develop, our theme is peace of mind. So we look at a product or an area where problem has never been solved or a mediocre problem exists, then we think first why it's not been done. And if it's a really hard problem, then we start looking into it. If we can do it, then it's a pretty good.
But it seems like such a simple thing. Why didn't somebody do this before? You know, it seems like we work on these problems on a macro level instead of a micro level, like the family.
Yes, there are many reasons. First of all, definitely it was a hard problem to solve. But we can put man on the moon. So those are the real hard problem to solve. It's a combination of technology and timing. People could have solved it, but you need such a big battery to power an incandescent light bulb. So with LED technology, it takes a very small amount. It's 90% efficient. It means a small battery can provide the same lumen.
Is that because it's recharging all the time and it doesn't have to worry, or what?
Yet it also, when power comes back and the battery is used, it recharges itself.
I see.
But just the LED is very efficient, and so you need a small size battery which you can put inside a light bulb.
And the light bulb really lasts for like 20 years or more, right?
Yes, it's a traditional LED light bulb, so it will last 20 years. No doubt.
Do you see this like it'd be in every light bulb, or just like a few around the house, or how would people use this?
Yeah, in the beginning, I see people will use a few light bulbs in their house. The critical area, like in hallway and the bathroom, elderly people will have their nightstand in a kitchen. So those are the outdoor. It's a porch light. But once you experience the benefit of it, and if you live in a little bit power outage sensitive area, you'll replace a lot of them. Because theoretically, if you replace all your light bulb, you'll never see a power outage. You'll never experience a power outage, and your behavior doesn't change. So
now, if you could make that for my coffee machine, then I'd be set.
Yes. So we are thinking of a few more things, but right now the focus is.
But light is the most important. I mean, it's so annoying, and you drive down the street. I'm thinking when the power lights are out in my neighborhood, we go somewhere else, and we'll drive down the street to see if there's any lights, if we can go back home. And now I'll be the guy who with the lights on and the only guy on the street with lights in their house.
Yeah, you're gonna make your neighbor jealous.
And it's not like you're charging hundreds of dollars either. I mean, it's just a little consumer product that anybody could buy.
Yeah, that's true, and that's all economies of scale. The manufacturing is it's a consumer product, so even the development cost or initial prototype is pretty high. But once you start manufacturing, it will start competing with traditional LED light bulb.
But it's really smart for people to go on your crowdfunding site right now to get it. They'll probably get it cheaper now than when you go in full production and it's in the stores, right?
Yes, I don't know how much cheaper it would be, but definitely sooner you get it, better it is. So it's the Kickstarter. You are in line, and the first production comes out, you will get it, and it for us it helps validate our concept.
Right.
That's the most important.
That's I think the most important thing, to encourage you to make sure this is happening, because it's something that we all need. It's a wonderful idea. I mean, just think of how many batteries. I mean, I buy so many bloody batteries now, they're dreadful, and a lot of it is just in case my lights go out. because then I don't want to fool around. I'm an old guy now. I'm fumbling around and stubbing a toe or breaking a hip or whatever.
Yeah, that was the real thought behind the product and the design. How we can make it simple enough people does not have to change their
Don't have to
behavior.
worry.
Just replace our light bulb with existing, and everything works the same. You have power or you don't have power. So it's a really safe.
When the power goes out, I could get up in the middle of the night and just turn on the light switch and it'll go on. Huh?
Sure. Yep.
Well, there to you, Pepco.
It's not a substitution of an electric utility, or definitely it provides a lot of convenience, peace of mind. When the real critical time, the power goes out in the evening, you're having dinner. Now what do? We go and look for flashlight, candle. Here, you don't notice it. Your light is there and you finish whatever you want to do, and then just turn it off and go to bed.
Right. But besides saving money, to me, it's more importantly, and convenience, it's a safety factor. I mean, this is, the most important thing. I mean, too many things happen in the dark that, you can't plan for, besides not being able to read or whatever. But it's still the safety issue, getting back and forth to the bathroom or whatever it is, checking on the dog.
I was talking to somebody, brought the safety issue. The most of the elderly accident during power outage happens due to falling. People fall because they start looking for flashlight or candle in the dark they don't see, and they just fall. So it's definitely a big safety device.
So we're doing this interview around Christmas time, so this would be a heck of a Christmas present for Grandma and Grandpa, everybody. They don't have to, because it's a no-brainer. You don't have to think. You don't have to know anything about technology or anything. You just screw in the light bulb like anything else.
As simple as 1, 2, 3. Just take your old light bulb out and put a new one in. That's all you have to do.
Well, you're a delight, Shuman. Thank you so much for doing this. And the best way to meet me all the time, you'll be at smartchargelight.com, right? Yes. And we could get through Kickstarters from there too, right?
Yep.
Or we will
soon, right? That will take you to the Kickstarter. Look at it and provide me feedback. If you have questions, just ask us.
Very wonderful.
And love to hear from you.
Well, you're a delight, and thank you for coming here and showing us how to be inventive and solve real problems for real people.
Sure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See? A light bulb idea. Bing! Your idea gets you 50 grand in a few weeks. So what's your idea?